Hello everyone, I am Oveshwara. Today we are discussing about the class 12 physics chapter number 7 alternating current. Our topic is AC voltage applied to a capacitors. We have shown in the previous lectures we have shown that the AC voltage applied to an inductor. Okay, in these lectures we will discussing about that the AC voltage applied to a capacitors. See, in this topic, today's topic is that the AC voltage applied to a capacitor. See, this is our figure. If this is shown in the AC supplies, this is our capacitor, plate 1 and plate 2. There, the capacitor is known as the separating by a certain, capacitor is in the AC, see here a capacitor. So, between the two plates, the dielectric materials are there. So, see in this like see in this topic where shows that the AC voltage applied to a capacitors. So AC source E generating AC voltage V is equals to Vm sin omega t. You are already shown the previous two lectures. So connected to capacitors only. In the previous lecture you shows that you are connecting that the inductors and as we are connecting as the inductor as well as the resistors, but here we are connecting as that the capacitors. Okay, so when capacitor is connected to voltage source in a DC circuit, suppose it is a DC circuit, see here it is a AC circuit, this is known as the alternating sign, it is known as the DC circuit. So suppose it is a DC circuit, DC circuit, current will flow from the short time require the charge of the capacitor. Whenever the one cycle will goes at that the circuit plate A, on that time it is a charge plus charge and it is a here minus charge, but after that it will be stopped, it will not be discharged automatically or charge automatically. So for the short time required to charge the capacitor, as charge accumulate on the capacitor plate, the voltage across the increase. In here, the voltage increase on that time. The opposing current that the capacitor is a DC circuit will limit or oppose the current as its charge. Okay, it has a certain limit. After that, it will not be opposed or it will not be charged. When the capacitor is fully charged, the current is the circuit falls to zero. After that, see here it is a balance. Okay, it is a fully charged. On that time it will be not be able to making a current flowing the current through this circuit diagram. So the current in the circuit flows to the zero. Okay, falls to the zero, it will be zero. It means whenever it is a fully charged, on the time the current will be zero. So here the voltage, a maximum voltage, and the current will be zero. When the capacitor is connected to, and suppose we are connecting here AC voltage, so when the capacitor is connected to an AC source, see this is the our figure, limit or regulate the current but does not completely prevent the flow of charge. Totally, it means it is not stopped by the totally charge. Whenever it will fully charge, on that time it will be against discharge but does not completely prevent the flow of charge. The capacitor is alternately charged and the discharge as the current reverse each half cycle. Let Q be the charge on a capacitor at any time t. The instantaneous voltage V across the capacitor is V is equals to Q upon C. Here C is, Q is the our charge, V is our V is our voltage. So our voltage across the capacitor is V is equals to Q by C. See here, but we know that from the Kirchhoff loop rule, voltage across the source and the capacitor are equal to Vm sin omega t. We are in the AC voltage, we are taking that the Vm sin omega t. So Vm sin omega t is equals to Q upon C. So this C will be goes at this side. So C into Vm sin omega t is it is equals to Q. But we need to require find the current. So we need to find a current. So whenever the charge is flow with respect to time, it will give us the current. So here we are taking as the dq upon dt, here we are taking as the dq upon dt. So both the side we are taking as the derivation with respect to time. Okay, so we will find out that the current is equals to I is equals to dq upon dt. So these these things will be take us the I is equals to dq upon c. Here dq upon dt, it is equals to d by dt Vm c sin omega t, but dq upon dt, so it gives I is equals to d by dt Vm sin c sin omega t, but whenever we are taking the derivation with respect to sin omega t, on that time the sign will be changed into the cos, and here see the Vm and the c, both the maximum voltage and the c, both the things are constant, so it is come out from outside from the derivation. So c into omega into c Vm sorry so c into Vm cos sin omega t, it is the derivative of the sin cos omega t into cos theta into cos sin c sin omega t. It is whenever we are taking that the sin omega t, on that time it will gives us that the gives us that the omega cos in bracket omega t t. See here, see sin omega t is equals to omega cos omega t. So see here, this is the omega c Vm cos omega t. This is the integration derivation formulas. Okay, so we see sin omega t dt is equals to omega c omega m cos omega t. Okay, so the relation using the using the relation of, but we know that the cos omega t is equals to sin omega t plus pi by 2. Okay, cos omega t is equals to sin omega t plus pi by 2. It will be whenever we are adding the plus 90 degree or a plus pi by 2, on that time it will convert into the cos omega t. So we have, so cos omega t is equals to sin omega t plus pi by 2. So see here we have a I is equals to c omega c Vm cos omega t. In the place of cos omega t, we will write that the sin omega t plus pi by 2. But also one thing will be changed, omega c into Vm, it is equals to Im. Okay, it is equals to Im. So in the Im is equals to Vm. So we are write in the different sense. So Im is equals to Vm upon 1 by Vm divide by 1 divide by omega c. So 1 upon omega c, omega c it is a here, but we will goes in the in the form of denominator, so we will convert into the denominator, so it will goes up to on this side, on that time it will become Im is equals to omega c Vm, but here you are converting in the Im is equals to Vm upon 1 upon omega c. So see why 1 upon omega c, it is represented by the xc, capital Xc. This is known as the capacitive reactance. Okay, this is known as the capacitive reactance. But as we know, but as we know, we known that the V is equals to IR. Okay, V is equals to IR according to Ohm's law. So it is comparing to the Im is equals to Vm upon R in the purely resistive circuit. We find that but here see the one of it is similar for that the V is equals to IR, but so see here comparing to the Im is equals to Vm upon R for the purely resistive circuit, we find that the 1 upon omega c play the role of resistance. It is called the capacitive reactance and it is denoted by the xc. So xc is equals to 1 upon omega c. So I already explained you, so we can write that the Im is equals to Im it is equals to sorry Im is it is equals to I Im it is equals to I it is equals to here I is equals to Vm V divided by the Xc V by Xc. So see here, Im is equals to known as the Vm upon Xc. So comparing to the Im is equals to Vm upon R for the purely resistive circuit, we find that the 1 upon omega C play the role of resistance. This is known as the also play role of the resistance. It is not a resistance, but it is a play the role of resistance. It is called the capacitive reactance, and it is denoted by the Xc. So Xc is equals to 1 upon omega C. So that the amplitude of the current is, see here, amplitude of the current is equals to Vm upon Xc. Okay. So now the dimension of the capacitive reactance is the same as that the resistance, and its SI unit is ohms. The capacitive reactance limit the amplitude of current is purely capacitive circuit in the same way as the resistance limit. The current is purely resistive circuit, but it is inversely proportional to the frequency and the capacitance. Okay, see in this slides you shows that the if here see here I is equals to Vm upon R. Okay, I is equals to Vm upon R, but I R is equals to, we can write that 1 upon omega C. Here Xc in the replacing by the Xc we will put that the R, so R is equals to 1 upon omega C. So in this slide shows that the we have written that the inversely proportional to the frequency and the capacitance. So R is equals to, we can write that the R is equals to 1 upon omega into C. So this is the difference between the capacitance and reactive capacitance and the resistance. So a comparison of, we have shown that the previous equals V is equals to Vm sin omega t. So the equation source voltage, so that the current is pi by 2 ahead of voltage. So see here sin in the previous in the sorry, in the AC voltage applied to an inductor, on the time we will get that the I is equals to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. Here we have sin omega t plus pi by 2. It means we are adding that the 90 degree with respect to voltage. So we are adding this the voltage plus pi by 2 value. So see the voltage, suppose we have voltage at the angle here omega t, and it will, whenever we are adding the pi by 2 on the time, it is thus represented by the here. So it is our sin omega, see here it is our I am sin omega t plus pi by 2. Here it is our Vm sin omega t. This is represented by the Vm sin omega t. This is represented by the suppose it is the minus, so it will be put at here. Suppose it is a minus, then we are we are doing that the like these things. So but we are adding here, so we are adding this here, so this therefore I am sin omega t plus pi by 2. So this is known as, this is a anti counterclockwise direction. Okay, so we have shown that the phase difference between them, the you see it is starting from 0, on the time it will start with respect to pi by 2. Whenever it will reach at the 1/4 portion of that, it will be, whenever voltage will be increased, the current will be decreased, and the current will be increased, on that time voltage will be, see the whenever current will be increased, see here from the starting it will be start from the engage. So these things will be goes to down, and whenever it will be reach at that point, on that time it will be reach at here. So when current will be increased, voltage will be decreased. So the current pi by 2 ahead of voltage, that shows that the phase diagram is at instant time t1. So we have shown that instant time t1. Here the current phasor I is pi by 2 ahead of the voltage phasors v, as they rotate counterclockwise. So we have shown already in this figure, shows the variation of voltage and the current with the limit with the time. We shows that the current reach its maximum value earlier than the voltage by 1/4 of a period. Whenever it reaches the maximum value under the 1/4 portion of that, the voltage period. So the instantaneous power supplied to the capacitor is P. We know that the P is equals to I into V. On current into voltage, we are multiplying both the things. On that time, we will get the power. So P is equals to I into V. But Im is equals to cos omega t plus Vm is Vm sin omega t. So cos omega t, sin omega t, both things are the trigonometric. So we are converting in the trigonometric formula. Cos into sin, cos theta into sin theta, it is equals to sin 2 theta divided by 2. So see here the cos omega t, sin omega t, so sin 2 theta, it means omega t is our theta, so sin 2 theta divided by the 2. So as in the case of an inductor, the average power, now we get that the value of power is the power of the capacitor is P is equals to Im Vm by 2 sin omega t. But now we are average these things. On the time Pc is equals to Im by 2 sin omega t. So we are taking these things into an integration or the values. On the time sin omega 2t, it is equals to 0 over the complete cycle. So explain in details. We say that the capacity, see that the case of inductor, the current lags the voltage by pi by 2. In the case of capacitor, the current leads the voltage by pi by 2. We have two examples. After that we will show that first of all we will show that the figure how it will be charged and how it will be discharged. So see here the current I is flow as shown and the form the maximum at 0, the reach a 0 value at 1. The plate A is charged. See here when the current is low, then the time the plate A is charged to positive polarity, while the B plate is the charge at the negative charge. Q build up in the B reaching a maximum at 1 until the current becomes 0. The voltage VC is equals, but VC is equals to Q upon C is in the phase with a Q and reach the maximum value at 1. The current and voltage both are both the positive. So P is equals to VC V into I is positive. So whenever the current P and both the things are current and the voltage both things are positive, on that time we will get the power P is the positive. It means the energy absorbed from the source during the quarter cycle as the capacitor is charged. See here whenever it is reach at the 0 to 1 and the 0 to 1 at here, so it is the quarter cycle of the AC and the current and the voltage. On that time our capacitor will be charged. It means the energy is absorbed from the source during the quarter cycle as the capacitor is charged. See here the another figure is said that, see it, see now the current I is in its reverse direction. See here the current is it is goes in the reverse direction. The accumulated charge is depleted. Okay, now whatever charge is stored on that, it is depleted. The capacitor is discharged during the quarter cycle. Okay, this quarter cycle, during this quarter cycle it will be discharged. Okay, this is the discharge portion. On the time the voltage will be increased, on the time current will be decreased. The voltage get reduced, the voltage get reduced but still positive. Okay, see here voltage is it is a still positive but the current is negative. This the product there, the power is negative. Okay, the power is negative, it means the current is that the negative but power is the here. See power it is in the positive portion and the current in the negative portion. So power is positive, but sorry, power is negative because of current is negative. It means the energy absorbed during the 1/4 cycle is returned during this quarter. It means whatever energy are stored in this in the previous, we are returning this in this quarter cycle. After that, the here goes that the third figure. See here, as I continues to flow A to B. See here, A to B in on that time, A to B continuously it is flow to the A to B. So capacitor charge to reverse polarity. See here, we have, first of all we have a positive charge. See here, first of all here positive charge, here we also positive charge, but whenever it is continuously charged on that by negative, so it is a polarity will be changed. So it is a negative, the plate B is acquire the positive, and the A acquires the negative charge. Both the current and voltage are negative, that the product P is positive, the capacitor minus minus will be plus. So the capacitive absorb the energy during this 1/4 cycle. Okay, during this cycle. So this is also goes that the minus cycle, and also this is also in a minus. So this is charge. So the current I reverse its direction, the 3, and the flow from B to A. Now it will be goes inside the B to A. The accumulated charge is depleted, and the magnitude of voltage VC is reduced, and VC becomes to 0. Voltage will be 0, and for the capacitor is fully charged, the power is negative, and in this portion energy absorbed during 2 3 is returned to the source. Net energy absorbed is 0. Okay, in this it means that the net energy absorbed is 0. Now, okay, this is our topic, AC voltage applied to an capacitor. If you have any queries, if you have any doubt, then comment in the comment box. Thank you guys, thank you so much.